Hope everyone had a good weekend on the bank holiday if you're in the UK. And just want to say welcome back to the channel. We'll be looking at the pound US dollar and some quick analysis and review what we did last week. So, like I said, this is a current thing that I'm doing week in, week out, where we look at the pairs and see what I think will happen, and then we'll go from that. So, so just basing on our daily candle, we can see that our trend line has been respected all the way up till now. The last few days has caused an immediate drop out of this zone, and we've managed to hit one of our key levels on the 1.2993. So this could indicate we are now looking towards downwards momentum. However, I want to see some sort of sensitivity in this area. So I'm just going to take it down on a 4-hour chart. And as we can see, previously in the last week's video, I predicted, well, I wanted to see some sort of retest on the bullish momentum. However, we didn't get that as of such. We managed to respect the top of the trend line very well, as we see these pin bars of instant action. We never managed to suppress this zone and try get higher per se. What we did find was a push and a retest clear here, a big bullish engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle here, and this would have signaled to me for momentum downwards to our next key level. So our projection tool would have looked something like this, so something like that perhaps, and just a nice 1-to-1, 1.2 possibly ratio here for 70 pips. Yeah, that would have been very well momentum wise. The key here is to look at what patterns that we can see when breakouts occur. So can we see any strong confirmation that could give us the indication that we're going one way or another? And one tool that we can use is our technical analysis and price action put together. So technical analysis is basically trend lines and key important levels and zones. So patterns, you can study patterns just by reading and understanding the different types of patterns available, but I feel I experience better candle relationships with a 4-hour candle, just because they represent more of a time base. So my projection would be to always follow price action on a 4-hourly candle and take it through top-down analysis. So what this weekly review helps me do as well, I get to see a weekly tracking of how zones are working and how my key levels are performing. As we can see, we have a sensitivity towards this level. So if, for example, I did put a stop loss and a take profit zone to here, we can see that if I was to overshoot this, we would have not gone further down. So it basically says all these projections and all these key levels is to explain when to get out and how much profit to take. For example, if you did not have these key levels, how do you know how far this how far do you think this push would last? It could last here. I mean, you could have had your take profits really I forgot the word, but you could have your take profits in a really far distant, like downwards here, or you could have it really short because you don't want to risk too much. But having key zones and key levels gives you gives you a better way of getting rid of all that emotion involved in trading. So something that I kind of would look into that a bit more. So carrying on from where we are now, so as we can see, we're currently in our zone level here. It'll be interesting to see what actually happens as of now. We're getting a bit of slow momentum here. That is partly due to the bank holiday weekend. That means most of the currency pairs are just not involved with trading. So therefore we can expect some momentum loss here. So what we could expect in this week is a definite push out of some way or another, maybe a continue in this direction, or we may even get a retest of this trend and potentially see the ripsaw effect, which is something like that, and it just skyrockets upwards. So for a bullish momentum, what I would want to see is we're kind of getting a retest here, so a push and a retest as of now. So for me to get into this trade, I would look to enter somewhere above here, somewhere above that sort of thing, and then have this as the stop loss zone, as a telltale drawing. Sorry, but yeah, this here would be our stop loss tool, and you can obviously change it to your risk management, and change your lot size accordingly. So that is if I would want to take a buy order in the pound USD. However, if I'm looking downwards, I want to see this level here again, so price to maybe come back up here and see how it reacts to this key sensitivity points here. There's a lot of pin bars here just because of the bank holiday weekend, so I'm expecting some sort of stop hunts to form. So that means when price takes you out in both stop and take profit zones in instant ways. So you have to be careful of this at this time. So I'm basically looking for, if I was looking for a short, I would wait for price to come back up maybe here and retest this, and then something like this, and then like that, and a key level zone to the next point here. So maybe let's have a look at a tool, the short projection tool. So just something like that. But we have to bear in mind that we are expected to see some sort of stop hunt potentially. Obviously this all builds together with news. So that is what I'm gonna say for pound USD. So I would either look different directions, but my best bet is to see how strong this push will last. As of now, we're currently in a downtrend, so I want to see how much we can push this further. So I'm going to go with short for this pound dollar if I do see signs of entry. Yeah, so if you do like this video, just being a bit shorter, let me know in the comments. And yeah, so thank you very much for listening, and catch you in the next video.